This session is about building one of the most fundamental and foundational relationships we deserve in a healthy, joyful, peaceful life. Meaningful friendships. We're human. We may still stumble and meet people with red flags, but the beautiful part is that as we heal, it becomes easier to see those red flags and let those people pass on by or remove ourselves from the situation sooner. So this session is specifically for cultivating solid, kind, healthy friendships. We're going to release the need to people please with the wrong people, release the fear of setting boundaries, and ground ourselves in the worthiness so that we attract and keep those healthy, reciprocal, joyful connections. It's about protecting our space and energy so we can fill it with genuinely good people, creating a life that's filled with friends who are as worthy of you as you are of them. And you can see the description box for links to articles on the science, the research of how this works if you're interested. And for today, if you think about setting a boundary with a friend or letting a draining one go, or even allowing space to allow a lifelong friend to come in, where are you at on a 1 to 10 scale? And we'll check back in after to see where that's at. So that's it. Tap with and repeat after me. Even though I worry about letting go of old, draining friendships, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I still fear setting boundaries and disappointing people I care about, I choose to honor my space and energy now. Even though I struggle to attract solid, kind, healthy friendships or let bad ones go, I choose to believe that I am worthy of both decisions. Even though I worry about judgment when I protect my space, I choose to trust my intuition on who goes and who stays. Even though I've struggled to make deep, meaningful friendships in the past, I love and support myself as I do this work. I'm afraid of letting go of old friends. And it seems so hard to make new ones. I worry about setting boundaries. But I know true good friends will respect my boundaries like I do for them. I'm afraid of being judged for protecting my space. But I know my boundaries are valid and I'm worthy of them. I accept more and more every day that healthy relationships expect and keep boundaries for each other. Any part of my energy that I think is attracting negativity or is attracting negativity, I release and let it go now. I begin to release users and takers with ease. I'm tired of my kindness being unreciprocated. I know that friendship, love, is equal kindness. The fear of not having friends or enough of them is real, though. That's valid. That's okay. But enough friends can mean a few really close, really good ones. So I'm seeing any person and their red flags more quickly and easily. No more time in my life for red flag friendships. I just let them go. I release the pattern of settling for less than I deserve. I'm worthy of having the kind of friends that I am to them. I'm making space for meaningful connections. Close friendships, good friendships. I trust my intuition to spot those red flags. I allow myself to walk away from anyone displaying those kind of behaviors. I choose to prioritize my peace and energy. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love. I am allowing myself and my behaviors to be reciprocated and supported in friendship. I am worthy of true, joyful connection. My space and energy is valuable and protected. I am a magnet now for good friendships. I find kind and supportive friends because I am kind and supportive. I set boundaries with ease and grace. I trust my judgment completely. I surround myself with meaningful connections now. I am protecting my space and energy with ease. I'm allowing my friendships to be joyful and bring me growth. I am worthy of meaningful friendships. I am attracting kindness and goodness now. My boundaries are firm and clear, even with friends. I am surrounded by loving support. I am cultivating good, joyful connections. Take a deep breath. See where you are on that 1 to 10 scale. I love that you're here in such an amazing journey for yourself, from being aware of red flags to actively cultivating the friendships that you want, the people you want, the story that you want in life, and who you want to be characters in that, and what friends you want to cultivate. And the more that you do that, the easier it is to look at someone and more easily assess a new person's behavior and say, my current group of friends wouldn't act like that. And sometimes it's just quirky and different, and that's okay. But sometimes it is a red flag and one we're trying to, avoid. So it becomes easier as you give yourself the okay to only accept good and healthy into your life, the okay to set boundaries, the understanding that you would expect your friends to do that because you expect that of yourself if they set boundaries. And when you do that, the more you do that, you're able to look at somebody new and go, no, not for me. Or even if they somehow slide, by you, if you've got really, open and honest friendships and with good people, they're able to question a new person without demeaning them or diminishing them, because again, it could be something quirky. And so we don't want to be mean and catty, or, I don't want, say, my friends to be the mean girls where every time, somebody new comes in, all they do is talk about him or talk about her instead, because everybody genuinely that I try to support, surround myself with is friendly and kind. Then if I notice people are a little more laid back, or if once the person is away and we're alone, they kind of broach a subject of, are they always this way? Or and it's the way that, my friends will ask each other, just being curious about somebody else. It's a nice way of sort of pointing out what might be a red flag. It may just be misunderstood. And those are the kind of people, when you surround yourself more and more with them, then when they say that, it's much easier to take a step back and look at the person. And either you know why, or you look at them and go, oh yeah, I missed that. Or I hadn't even noticed that. Or you know what, they never did that until we were all around each other. And then, if you consider that a red flag kind of behavior or some, just don't want to be around it. It may not be, not always say necessarily a red flag, as in like anybody should run from that person because they do this kind of thing, so much as sometimes it's just not for you. That's, some people are that way, some people are this way, and I prefer this. I don't really like that, way of being or handling things. So if you're here and saying to yourself, what I want is good, close, kind, reciprocal. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to make that into a new word that was not working. Relationships, then again, I think we said it at the very beginning. Sometimes the thing is not to get in this idea that you have to have 100 friendships, and sometimes it is easier to actually bring that number down and cultivate those few. And that's, I think the statement or what we said is that is enough, and it is that it's enough, and it's enough because it's everything you need in these, just 5 or 6 people who are really good and really match you and match your, energy and match your lifestyle and match, instead of, maybe if you have the same hobby in common with 5 or 6 friends, but really they're not emotionally there for you, they're not, at all fulfilling, then you go to your hobby with them, sure, but they're more like acquaintances or these people you get together with for that thing. But, continue to find that person where you can actually have those, deep talks that you need to, or, you could turn to in an emergency, or, and that kind of thing. And sometimes, and I think especially as we get older, it can be easier to realize that, keeping that circle small means that you have more time for each of them also, and you have more time to really build that relationship and connect with that person, instead of, trying to be friends with the whole world. Doesn't mean you can be friendly with them, but there's a difference there. So and the more you get used to that, then the more you figure out who you are inside a relationship. You're more stable in it. You know how your good friends would treat you, and so new people you can look at and go, oh no, that's not what I want in my life, and on they go. And you begin to realize you don't need to feel bad about that either. Protecting your energy and your space. So glad to see you here doing all that. Take a look around on the channel. Got lots of other videos out there on relationships and standing your ground and being able to speak up for yourself, set boundaries, say no, all those kind of things. Ask for what you need. And if you could click like, leave a comment, does help me grow as a channel. I'm very grateful for that. Is there anything else? Oh, and click subscribe. You'll get notified of new videos. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.